All right, what's up, guys? The next question that I have that I want to go over with you is something I've been asked a lot lately. I feel like a lot of just men who are in the current season of their life are having to wake up and train early in the morning, and that's what this question is based off. So how would I base nutrition, hydration, possibly supplementation for those of you that are having to train early in the morning? First off, I commend you guys that do it. I've tried. It's very hard. And I noticed I did it this spring. I got some like anxiety with it. And I don't know if that's because I've trained in the evening basically my entire life. So I was basically being able to wake up in the morning, prepare for the day, get my mind locked around in the training, and then go train. Whereas when I was training first thing in the morning, I started to get my mind locked in on the training the night before, and I felt like it was disrupting my sleep because of that. So I commend you guys that do it. But as far as what I would recommend, because I've been there, I've done it, from a nutrition standpoint, I really wouldn't put a ton of whole foods in first thing in the morning, especially if you're on a time schedule, which typically people that do train first thing in the morning are. So what I would do is your evening meals the night before, let's say your second to last and your last meal of the night, I would make those some of your denser meals of the day, as well as the first meal after you train in the morning, okay? So I'd put more carbohydrate, even more fat focus there if you're in the off season, if you're trying to grow. That's where the focal point would be for my nutrition, is to basically make my meals 5, 6, and then my first meal post-training, denser calorically foods, if that's how your plan laid out. Now, some people, you might have dense calorie foods all day long or just a high calorie diet in general, but if you're specifically trying to nutrient time, I would put the nutrients in the evening and then go to bed, and then put the nutrients post-workout, all right? The most important factor for me, I think, when it comes to training first thing in the morning is your hydration. And this is kind of a tricky one, because the first thing I would suggest to you, and I still would suggest this, but I would suggest going to bed hydrated, and then you're gonna be able to more easily carry that out throughout the next morning. But the issue with that is obviously you're gonna be waking up to go pee throughout the night. So you just kind of have to account for that. But I would recommend going to bed hydrated, and then as soon as you wake up, literally I would have a glass of water by my bed. As soon as you wake up, start hydrating, okay? And now the calories that you consume pre-training, I would prefer them be liquid calories, whether that's like a cyclic dextrin carbohydrate, some EAAs. I would add some extra salt to whatever powders you're using, and then put that in a large amount of water, and then again, be drinking that. So let's say if I were to give you guys, or be working with an athlete in this environment, what I would have them do is, let's say if they woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they had to be at the gym by 6, and they had to be at work by 8, okay? So I'd get them up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And this is something I do in my current workout right now anyway, have them get up, have them drink a glass of water, have them have like a perfect bar and some type of fruit or fruit juice, because again, you're hydrating that way. And then my next meal for them would basically be 64 ounces of water with, say, 50 grams of carbs from a powder carb source, essential amino acids, and then salt. And I'd have them drink that all the way up to them training. So let's say over a 45-minute window until they get to the gym, and then drink another 64 ounces of fluid through their training. To me, more so than the calories, because I think calories are a consistent belt of time that continue to pass over and over each other. So it's the consistency of the calories that really matters. But with the hydration, you really got to make sure that you're hydrated going into those morning training sessions. So those of you that are training in the morning, I hope this helps. Definitely stay hydrated. Use some extra pink salt in the morning to, again, use to get those cells hydrated, and then hopefully you have effective training sessions.